season. It's been a bit, so good to see you all as you tune in with the ATYL crew. Of course, we have the OG crew here. Myself, of course, Taylor Kitchen, Adam Lucas, and Dom Joseph joining the show for a very special 2026 preview. Of course, once we go into the Daytona week, we're going to do an overall preview of all three series, bring in more of the crew, and chat about all things NASCAR, storylines. This episode, of course, as you've been able to see by the thumbnail, the title, we have a special guest to kick off our 2026 season. We're also going to be talking a little bit about the Clash. I know that there's some questions, comments, concerns potentially about the Clash and its whereabouts, so we will get to that as well. But Dom, Adam, how we doing? Adam, I love the setup, by the way. New setup.
Voila, it's my Gordon shrine. It's finally complete. Well, almost complete. Mostly complete. I also have some other things that are off camera, like basically a tribute to AJ Allmendinger and Project 91. And then I'm working on another little project to my, studio right, my left. We'll unveil it at another time, maybe on another show.
Another time. Dom, the setup looks great as usual.
Yes, not much has changed with the cars in the background. It's all but these last three, Joey's 3 championship cars. These are all from races I've been to or worked. So, and then these two next to me are presents from Papa and Nana. So, keeping it traditional. And then, of course, I mean, you can't have a show without a Buckeye helmet. So
you can't. You can't. We're a little biased.
I have my obligatory Buckeye as well. So,
yes.
Taylor, we're going to ask, where's yours?
See,
only slightly biased.
I will say, kind of, sort of. I have my gift from the Wonder Club. I've got an Ohio token on here. Does that count? A little bit, sort of, kind of.
I'll
count it. I'll count it. Everyone's gonna be like, y'all are Ohio State fans. Boo, it's fine. It's fine. But I will say, speaking of our collections, if you guys are either watching us for the very first time, if you saw some of our 2026 announcements, we announced a full slate of content shows for our 2026 season. Of course, Collector's Corner is coming back, and it's coming back with a vengeance. That sounds negative. I promise it's positive. So much more content, so much more stories about our collections, the collections that you all have. I feel like, Adam, we're going to need a video of your collection at some point. We'll work on that.
Coming spring 2026.
Mark your calendars, guys. You heard it here first. We also, of course, have track limits, 4 laps, Nitro Nation. We're bringing in new hosts, of course, on tour. Our newest show that I'm very excited about, Below the Yellow Line, kind of the antithesis a little bit to Above the Yellow Line. It's really fun with Sal and Buddy, and Buddy's going to be on the show later to kind of talk about that and just dive into some opinions. But yeah, we're starting off 2026 so strong. Very excited about that. Of course, go to AboveTheYellowLine.com to see all of our content, all of our adventures so far, from New York City with NHRA to all of our shows from our own studios, our own abodes. That said, though, let's kick off 2026 and let's bring in our guest. You all know him. He's going to be racing for Viking Motorsports in 2026 in the number 99 in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. That's going to be fun to get used to.
She got it on the first go. I was waiting to see if you'd get it.
I'm so proud. We got it. We got it. And we're going to be bringing in right now Parker Retzlaff.
How are you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks for joining us on the show. I got to ask you, I somehow did not struggle with the O'Reilly Auto Parts thing. Have you struggled with that yet?
No. So I actually had a conversation at the shop that we needed to go over it. So when it came to the interviews and stuff, everyone was ready to, move into the new series and be used to it. But no, I think production day was a big help because we said it and we had to sing their whole jingle at a production day, which will come out at a later point on NASCAR's social media or somebody. So that'll probably be a funny little clip of everyone to see.
That should be a fun time. I know everyone's like, what will the driver say now? So that would be a fun piece of content. But I did want to ask you about Media Day. From the outside perspective, it kind of looks like a circus. You all are going to different areas of the NASCAR. I think it's the headquarters there that you all are at. And just from your perspective, what is that day like? Do you like Media Day too?
Yeah, I mean, I think as the years have went on, I actually think they've made it kind of simpler and easier. Now everything is it's in their building in Concord, and it's all kind of, what I figured out is the whole building is a big square. You basically just go in a square circle, I guess, basically for the whole day. It takes probably there for 6 hours or something through 12 stations or something, but you just go in a big circle and you get it all done at one place. And they've made it very easy and simple for all the drivers.
That's good. I feel like, I mean, I know Dom, you were at Media Day too, and just seeing how the process over the years has been really cool as NASCAR's media has evolved as well. But let's talk about, I mean, your 2026 season, very exciting with a new season. You're back with Danny as your crew chief, moving from AM Racing to Viking Motorsports. How has that been to start kind of working with him during the off season, and what has that work looked like with the team and even with him as you guys head into Daytona?
Yeah, I mean, me and Danny didn't really have a, I guess, relationship before the end of the year. I kind of knew as soon as the deal was done at like Phoenix week at the end of the year, basically is when my deal was like signed and done. So I talked to him a little bit Phoenix week, and at the racetrack we kind of met, and it was more just like we were going to get through the end of the year and both finish out our stuff we had signed up for 2025, and then I think we met the week after Phoenix, I think, or 2 weeks after Phoenix. Yeah, I went on a cruise the week after Phoenix, so
Oh, nice.
we met 2 weeks after, and went to lunch and just had a conversation of kind of our whole life and what he's done and what he's rise to where he's at is from or been, and I did it, and I think he's been the most just he's been so focused since I met him on the goal at hand. There's a lot of work in the offseason for every single team, but especially us just being kind of new and just having to just change so much stuff from with the new alliance and going to 2 cars and hiring more people and just the whole team. But Danny's been a very strong point of that, of making sure everything is working well, and he's taken a lot of it on his plate to do.
How important has that alliance been? You alluded to that, you guys are moving to a 2-car operation, and that is no easy feat, but having that RCR alliance as well as even having I would say, a veteran kind of teammate in Anthony Alfredo, what has the mindset of the team been going into this year, and how essential have those extra pieces been for you as you adapt to a new team?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the team aspect of it, like actually, I mean, when I came into it, we was going to be one, and over the next couple weeks, it came to two, just working with Anthony, and I actually like it. I have had a good relationship with Anthony. I worked with Anthony's crew chief Josh in the past at Jordan Anderson Racing my first year, so we have a really good relationship. And then I've taken some people who I had over the years that I was close with to Viking with me. So there's a lot of kind of familiar faces from my side, and then just also new people. And then overall, it's been the best, situation I've ever been in, and just the most, I guess, fun just going through the off-season process I've had. So it's been great so far.
I was going to say the social media stuff so far from Viking Motorsports has looked fun. So looks
Yeah, and
like everyone's gelling well.
there's so much stuff that we've filmed that hasn't been released yet, but I think there's a lot of good things. I know the production day video me and Anthony did was a big hit on social media. A lot of people liked that, but
That was a good one for sure. Adam, I know you had some things to ask too.
Yeah. So, every young driver in America, essentially, or even across the world, they dream of making it to the very top. And even if you're not at the very top, right about at the top. So let's say, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, where you're at, Parker. What are like your ambitions? Do you want to eventually get to Cup one day? And how do you see yourself getting there from where you're at, being this veteran on a Viking Motorsports?
yeah, I mean, I would love to. I think everyone's main goal is to make it to the Cup Series, but there's also, only 40 people a year who basically get that chance. So you have to prove yourself and do it, or have everything kind of be correct to do it. So I think right now I'm not a big person of looking 4 years in the present or something like that. So uh over the years of really my O'Reilly Auto Parts and I guess Xfinity Series stuff in years past, it's just been stay focused on the year at hand, just try and do everything we can as a team and myself, and make sure I can do as good as I can. And if the opportunity presents itself and it works out for all my partners and everyone who's been involved in this whole career I've had now, then it'll work itself out. But if it's I just gotta stay focused on what's at hand right now, and I'm not even thinking about going to cup racing at this moment.
I like that answer. Definitely staying in the now is definitely the way to go. Now, kind of a follow-up question about where you want to be and where you envision being eventually. Who in the past has kind of been an influence in you? Being a driver from Wisconsin, obviously the Wimmers, Kenseths, the Sauter family, were any of them inspiration for you to get into racing?
Yeah, I don't know that there was really an inspiration for me. I came from a family that didn't race at all. So nobody in my family's raced. And I mean, the only person I would say is like I grew up racing at the Wimmers racetrack they owned in Wisconsin forever. So that's actually the racetrack I kind of started racing at. So I was around them a little bit, but I think just still I was a little young to know about their whole career down here or anything like that. But uh, it's a somebody who was a big kind of help in my career, or at the start of it was Kelly Byers, who used to race down here. So he was somebody who helped me a lot in my growing up racing, and he lives in Wisconsin now. And I know that he had a little stretch of racing down here, but he was a kind of a big help to me growing up.
All right, Parker, I'm going to take you a little bit back into the past here. I have to ask because I was there and I loved every second of it. We went to Richmond in 2024 and qualifying day, and most of us were sitting in the media center thinking, all right, well, let's see what kind of lap the 7 puts down. What's the 20 going to put down? Chandler Smith won this race last year. He's probably going to be good again. And you go top of the board and stay there. Just tell me about that experience and then the ability to back it up with another pole at Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean, I think Richmond, I think still, I guess Richmond or Rockingham still to this day are my biggest what if moments I've ever had, I think. And I mean, I think overall we had a very good car. Richmond's a place I was very confident going into. It was the place that in 2022, when my second ever start was there. It was my first ever top 10. It was my first time getting stage points. Like Richmond was kind of my first everything there in 2022. So 2023 we didn't qualify, and then 2024 it was the first time I ever qualified there, or I guess second time I ever qualified there, and I felt really good on the sim and everything going into it, and I felt like we were kind of at a good point with speed. So I just showed up very confident and just did what we felt like we had to do, and we worked on for a week before that in sim, and did it. And I actually thought that we had a really good car, and we just fell on the wrong side of the whole pit cycle.
Well, still really, really awesome accomplishment. And I'm sure you gained a lot of fans that day. But back to today, we have the chase back. So new playoff format going into the 2026 season. What are your thoughts on it? Did you like the previous format better than this one? Do you prefer this? Just what's your take on the format you've got for now and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, I think I do actually like it, but I think if you ask me in 2 months and I won one race and I'm not locked in the playoffs, then I'm going to have a little bit different of opinion. But I think no, I think it is better. It's a better format. I think it'll make for a more stuff will matter throughout the whole year. It'll like every point every week is going to matter for people. Like I think you've seen at some points where people just didn't care as much about just making sure they got those 3 extra points every week because they were already locked in or already in a spot where they were going to make it. So I think you're going to see, I think truly that the speedway races are going to be a little bit different these years now, because it's not every single person isn't trying to win or feeling like they have to just win, or it was kind of a failure for some of the smaller teams and stuff like that. Because I mean, I know from my experience, like last year at Alpha Prime and even at Jordan's, like just having no experience, I kind of always went with the sit in the back thing, and just because I mean, if you win, your whole season's changed no matter what happened. So I think that you're going to see more people try to get stage points and be a little bit smarter about making it through those whole races. But I think overall, I think the other thing is you're just going to see people try and make sure they get every points every week and be consistent.
To follow up with that, I know a lot of people don't like stage racing. Some people do, but I feel like because of this format, it makes stage racing more important. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think you have to. I mean, I think the biggest thing now is like you're going to need those stage points if you want to make it in on points. Or, I mean, there's not like you can't just win one race and your whole season's just sealed and you can just ride along anymore. So mean, you're going to have to get stage points every week. And I think you're going to have to be a team that can get stage points every week if you want to make the playoffs.
And following up with that too, so talking about Daytona more specifically now, I gotta think when you don't have a win in your in situation, maybe my mind goes to maybe it makes the racing less chaotic at Daytona. But we also know that week it's like the Super Bowl for NASCAR. Everyone wants to win that. What's your perspective, or what do you think will kind of happen as you go into that race? Do you think it'll be a bit calmer, or do you think it'll still be more as chaotic as ever?
I truly, if you ask me right now, I think that it's going to be less chaotic, but I think that you're still going to see the same urgency, I guess, at the end of every stage, because everyone needs stage points to start the year. Like, I mean, the problem is you kind of have 3 more wild card races to start the year. So you go from Daytona to Atlanta to Coda week 3. So it can just be so up in the air. You could be so good in points or buried just off of, that type of stuff. So I think overall the biggest thing is just you have to stay kind of level and try and just make it through those races with a decent day to not be too far behind, or you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
7th place never looks so good, huh? Especially if you can get out of there with a clean race car.
Not bad.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. Like, you just need to, especially like the position we're in, and just kind of having so much stuff change in this offseason, you're going to need to, we need to just bring cars back and get some data and information on them. And I think that's the way that we're going to make cars better with ourselves, is to have some information. And I think that's the thing that I'm excited about with Anthony, is I think he's good at that. I think that we can work together well as teammates, and, have information, and I think we have the knowledge in the shop to just keep getting better every week throughout the year.
So I got to ask it, since we're on the topic of cars, what has been your favorite paint scheme that you've driven?
So it would have been, I already know the exact answer, because it's the only car I ever took a body panel from, and I have it right in front of my desk. But I ran a Halloween car at Martinsville in 2023 with a big pumpkin on the side of it.
I have
Yes.
a lot of pictures of that car.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorites. I shared it with my class, and my kids, they all were like, "Oh, that car is so cool." I was like, "Yeah, maybe one day I'll get to meet the driver." Here we are.
I would say that car, and I think the second, I would say my second favorite car was, we ran a breast cancer car at Homestead that had, like, I think there was like 300 names on the hood of it or something. It was just, we put out this whole thing and you could just put names on it. So there was we had a breast cancer car at Homestead, and it had like 300 names on the hood of it. And it was really cool. Just a pink car, and I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to not only put together like fun paint schemes, like again, the Halloween schemes are always so fun to see when teams do them, and then having these meaningful schemes as well, like you said with Homestead, that's awesome. And I think about things that are meaningful as well. We have a connection to Dan from NASCAR.shop, and he tells me that your grandma likes to buy NASCAR cards, and particularly, I think, collect ones of yours. Is that correct?
Yes, my grandma is the biggest collector of my cards. So I know that she goes and buys like every one card of me that she can find, which is how I ended up with like 7 cards of myself. It's just all duplicate cards that she's gotten, or I don't think I can even. I don't even think I can reach one. She got me like a picture frame that has 5 cards of different.
That's awesome.
Nice. So cool.
But I'm not a big card collector, diecast collector, or anything like that. I enjoy actually watching those type of streams and stuff like that, or stuff online, but I've just never been big into it.
Sometimes it's just fun. Yes, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. But sometimes it's also just fun to see what like cards get pulled. Like that's where my mind goes to as well. Like
Yeah. Yesterday was cool, because I know you were just talking about Dan. I tuned into his stream, and as I joined his stream, he pulled a sparkle card of me when I was joining. So
nice.
that was cool to see. And I know that my grandma goes and does so much stuff in his stream with all the whatever card he pulls of me. So that's been a cool kind of interesting thing. She always texts me about whenever she gets a new card or anything like that.
I have to think that support is so special. My grandma is the one that got me into NASCAR, and so to have that is, and to share that is so cool. Like, does she go to the races with you too? Like, how awesome is it to have that support?
Yeah, so she's actually been like, she comes to probably 3 races a year. She has been kind of getting promoted very quickly at her job, so she's been losing time, but she's been texting me that she's trying to figure out what races to come this year. And yeah, I mean, I think really all my parents come probably 6 to 8 times a year. And then my girlfriend comes every single week with me, so she's a big part of everything of keeping me in line. And I'm not the most I guess schedule oriented person, so it's good to have her to keep everything in line. Otherwise I would be messed up from time to time.
She won. I remember seeing this. She won was it like
She won the better half dash go-kart race.
Yes. How was that? That seemed like a cool experience.
I mean, I could try and move my camera. I don't want it to break, but I had.
Hey, it's all good.
It's right here.
Exclusive access, right? Oh wow, that's so cool.
Nice.
So I don't know if everyone knows about. Oh my, this is gonna be.
You're doing great. It's all good.
It's all good. Got
There
it.
it is.
So I asked because it's I think it's 6 foot, like the 6 foot's like, or it's like 6'5" tall. The trophy is. So I asked them, like, this is the whole backstory of the thing. I asked them why it's so big. And the reason for it being so big is because it's a girlfriend-wife race, and your driver or your boyfriends or husbands, whatever, if they ever win a NASCAR race, their trophy will never be bigger than the girlfriend or wife race.
Oh, I like that.
That's genius.
That's good. That's so good.
Very smart.
So yeah, it was a very cool experience, and we've done it every year since. And she's finished second and third now. She's finished first, second, and third. So
Dang.
we're just, we'll try again this year, and hopefully we can get another one.
Power couple right there. That's awesome. My gosh. No, such cool experiences there. And then just looking ahead, what are you most excited about this year, whether it's goals or whether it's a track? Like, what do you have on your radar for 2026?
I mean, I think there's a lot of good tracks. I'm excited to go back to Rockingham again. I'm excited to go to the test on Tuesday. So, I mean, overall, I think I really like my team, and it's been a lot of fun just to get to know those guys right now. So I think that we're gonna have a lot of fun on the road, just as with my guys, and just I don't know. I like to go with my guys on the weekends and just rather it's go to dinner or go karting or anything like that. I do that basically every week of the year. So I mean, we're all stuck together every week of the year, so we might as well go have fun. And there's some shenanigans that happen at times with just stuff and just messing with each other, but I think it just makes a better relationship, and I have a very good relationship with everyone I've worked with in years past.
Well, that's awesome. I gotta ask to close it out. Going into this year, even to like last year, you said crazy experiences, crazy stories. Is there any you feel comfortable sharing on the stream? Anything crazy that happened with your team building?
I mean, I will say it wasn't last year, but there was a year, or it would have been, I think 2024. We were in Indianapolis, and we went to a pizza place and all went go-karting. No, it would have been 2023. I lied to you. It was 2023. Went to a pizza place, and we always had team vans. So we had a 31 team van, 27 team van when I was at Jordan Anderson Racing. And we had a lot of, everyone at that whole team was very close, and we were all, good friends. But we went go-karting, and it was at a pizza place in Indianapolis, and we had 2 extra pizzas that didn't get eaten. So everyone wanted to take the leftovers. Well, I took them in my van, and we stopped at a red light next to them. And the car chief at that time had his window open, and I took 3 pieces of pizza and smashed them on top of each other, and threw them right through his window, and it landed in his lap and just covered him in pizza. So the pizza did not make it back to the hotel. It all ended up between one car and the other, being thrown back and forth.
Hey, A for effort.
But no, we had so much fun. Like, we have a lot of fun on the road. I think it makes it better for the guys, and it's just fun, just mess with each other. I mean, if you talk to crew chiefs and stuff, nobody will tell me their room number if we're on the road for hotel rooms. Like nobody wants me to know where their hotel room is because I don't know. I just like to be the one that messes with everyone.
Hey, someone has to be the prankster in the class clown jokester, whatever it is. There's somebody in the friend group has to be that way, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing. Like, I think this year there'll be a lot of fun because I think there's a lot of us that are kind of the same, and I think it's gonna be a lot of just messing around. And hopefully, I know I told my girlfriend we need to catch a lot more of it on social media just because I think it's funny to see.
Sure. Well, we'll definitely be following along, and we're so excited for you with this season. For anyone who wants to continue following your journey this season, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, so it's just my name on Instagram, Parker Retzlaff, and then Parker Retzlaff on Twitter, and Parker Retzlaff Racing on Facebook, and that's it. I mean, it's just all my name. So I appreciate you guys having me, and hopefully we can talk again.
Absolutely. Parker, thank you so much. Best
Thank you.
wishes heading into 2026.
Good luck this year, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you to Parker for joining us. That was so fun. What a great way to kick off our 2026. I like the pizza story. That was good.
Yeah, we're off to a good start.
Parker.
No,
that could be a t-shirt. That could be a t-shirt.
It could be a t-shirt. We're giving Viking Motorsports
Parker's
ideas.
head on a cartoonish body holding 3 pieces of pizza, getting ready to just launch.
We've got it.
Which is our exclusive. No one else can use it.
My goodness. Good times all around. Excuse me. Let's make sure our friend Buddy has the link. This is probably something that's very important to make sure I would have done as well. But I guess as we make sure that happens, producer Taylor here failed at her job for just a second. I guess in general, talking about the Clash, I know there's a lot of uncertainty around the weather. Obviously, there is question about what we want to do, what's not going to happen. I don't know, just general thoughts. Again, we don't know anything quite yet, but I'm curious about your guys' thoughts on this weekend. And even too, maybe if I pose this question, this would be way easier to answer. If you were a fan going to the Clash, seeing that Sunday's going to be below 30 degrees, do you want to go, seeing that it's going to be a little snowy? How would you feel? Adam, you go first. In the hot seat.
You're right. Literally. There would have to be a lot of factors into me actually going, because I like cold weather, but I don't necessarily want to go sit out in the elements, especially when the temperature is dropping. It's at night. I have work Monday morning. This is a non-points race. It's just kind of a showcase, as you would from my own perspective. I would be on the end of not going, honestly. Now, looking at the forecast, though, it's definitely Saturday is a problem. It's what sticks around for Sunday if anything does actually fall. But me personally, with the temperatures, it ain't for me. I'd rather go see something that has meaning with it. Not to be the Debbie Downer, but I mean, like this weekend, it's essentially just a preview for 2026 of, hey, the cars are back on track. Let's warm up. Let's see if we can actually do our scheduled promos and whatnot, and see if our drivers, can our car run? That's my feelings for it. So no, from a fan perspective, no, I would not want to go. I would not want to be out in those elements. And I'm a diehard fan. I mean, as you can tell,
for sure.
I would not want to do that.
I did want to read real quick Thorin's comment. Always good to see Thorin in the chat too. They go, I would definitely go. It's a unique situation. You get to say that you saw a snow race. I think back to, what was this, Martinsville? I don't remember what year it was, but like
Bristol,
we were building
2003.
Bristol. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we had the snow race and everyone was building snowmen, and then everything like went swimmingly. I think, what was it, Kyle or Kurt won the race? I'm getting confused now.
I don't remember that one. That might have been either Harvick or Carl Edwards.
I think yeah, it was a Busch race at Bristol.
Yeah.
But I don't remember who won either.
But like, you can't say that you were like at a snow race, and that's kind of cool. I mean, you braved the cold. It's a fun memory. It might be not fun in the moment, but fun afterwards. Dom, are you kind of in the same boat, at least with Adam? Maybe not.
Listen, in 2007, we decided to put splitters on these cars so we could clear snow. And now is finally the chance for us to utilize that opportunity. No, I mean, it's...
Don't forget the all-weather tire, too.
Listen, yeah. the only time someone would sit in this kind of weather for a sporting event, I'm thinking a playoff football game. So, like, or something, like a football game that, like, could determine the season. This is an exhibition race. If I'm talking location, this is someone that's saying, I can wait a couple more months for Martinsville. I can wait for Charlotte. I can wait for Rockingham. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. It's not even the snow. It's going to be so cold. And that's...
I don't care about the snow, but sitting in below 32-degree temperatures is not fun.
Yeah.
Well, going to a playoff football game with that kind of condition, yes, that is.
It's because it's a win or go home game.
Yeah,
and
right.
Your team has a chance to go to the big dance, so that's why you turn out for that. And then if you're in those kind of conditions, it's probably in a place that's used to it, so you use that to your advantage. I'm thinking of the Bills right now. Fair. When they would get those snowstorms there where I'm not talking like, oh, we gotta just uncover the field. Like, they have to dig out the seats kind of snow, but like they embrace it because they know the other team is coming from South Florida. They're not used to this temperature. We practice it daily. So yeah, it's to get back to racing. Like, these fans can see these cars in another month and a half at Martinsville, if we're talking the greater Winston-Salem fan base.
Right.
So tough to say. No points on the line, and looks nice and warm in Daytona.
I was gonna say Daytona seems pretty good, but obviously not to discourage anyone from going to the Clash if they want to go. This is just our opinions here. I mean, we could also be like Ravaging Wolverine. Also great to see you in the chat as well. And just tell Goodyear to bring snow tires and have at it. Why not? Yeah.
And there will be, and I think like this is a chance for, like, there are going to be like the rowdy fans that will just be like, I don't care how cold it is. I've waited long enough for this season to start. I'm going to see race cars.
Yeah.
And they just live it up. And they bring a group of friends that are like-minded. And we get a really good section in turn one. That's going nuts. So
hey, that's all the drivers need.
Lots of American Rebel Light beer flowing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That'll keep you warm.
It will.
All right, maybe I go back on this. If I have a 24-pack of beer, yeah, maybe I go.
Yeah.
Hey, I owe you a pack, so there you go. There you go.
Thank you, Matt Hagan.
Yes. Infield, Ike said return of Speed Weeks 2027. Who knows? Also, they're coming from, I think they said at the earlier part of the stream, but they're actually in Daytona right now. But if we could, I mean, Dom put his hand like on his heart. We know the feeling. If we could, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But
that'd be cool.
You never know. All right, team. We've gotten to the point of the show where I want to dive into some 2026 predictions. Now, candidly, I was not going to make any because I failed so bad last year with my predictions. I got like 2 out of 12 right. It was not good. It was pretty disappointing and embarrassing. And the guys can look at the list and be like, wow, Taylor didn't do well. But I believe, who was it? Was it Adam or was it Ben who started making it was Adam. Yes, you.
Yes.
Started making the predictions list, and I was like, all right, I guess we're doing this again. So the ATYL Media Team, I should say more so like the OG team, we have a list of 2026 predictions, and as the season goes on, Adam checks things off, puts X's on things that don't happen. And so we've come up with that list, and we want to kind of go around and share it with you all. Of course, if you all have predictions for this season, please put it in the chat. Also, if you want to share your predictions list, tag us in it on social media at ATYL Media. We'd love to see those. And of course, kind of talk about those in our videos as well. I'm pretty sure some of our other content on the shows that we have on ATYL Media are going to talk about predictions as well for the 2026 season. Dan, I have made predictions. I already made predictions. I should put that in there. I did make predictions about the Daytona 500. I will get to that. Y'all are crazy. But let's start off with our predictions. Dom, I'm going to start with you. First prediction for 2026.
Oh, before we start, are we doing like a limit, like 3 or 4, or because
well,
I have a laundry list.
Some of us, some of us have 1 or 2. Some of us have rewritten the scripture.
Yeah.
You know, this is a fantastic point. This is also a great point to say I need to also admittedly find my list again. Let's go with can we do like our top 5 predictions? Is this okay?
I can do that.
Let's go with 5.
I definitely have 5.
All right.
Go ahead, Dom. You can start us off.
Well, my first one is, I mean, I kind of can see it. It's more of just like I want, as a fan of racing and as a fan of this person, I want to see this happen. I think getting more horsepower back in these cars resurrects Kyle Busch, and he gets. I'm not saying he goes off, but I say the winless drought ends.
Oh.
So put me down that Kyle Busch wins at some point this season.
Okay. Now, do you want to take it a step farther and add a track to that, or are we just going to say at some point?
So honestly, I mean, it's Kyle Busch. He can win anywhere, but
true.
I think RCR with Kyle in that car, hungrier than ever, being in an RCR car, put me down for Kyle winning the Daytona 500.
Oh, all right.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Put that on the list.
Put it down.
Hey.
Yeah. All right.
I will say the script, as it is written out, and as history is, and as unfortunate as it is, it's 25 years since we lost Dale Earnhardt. It would be fitting for an RCR driver to win it this year.
And I mean, technically, he won the 2023 Daytona 500. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. won the 2023 Daytona 510.
This is fair. This is true.
I mean, adding to that though, but like he's been good in RCR equipment on the super speedways because RCR is so good on super speedways. So obviously things are a lot more leveled out with the next gen car, but that hasn't changed. I think RCR is still really, really good there, and I can see, and I would love to see Kyle Busch win the Daytona 500.
Okay, Adam, your prediction.
All right. Well, for starters, I believe that the regular season Cup champion will not win the Chase Championship. I believe that is going to continue. Yes, consistency matters. However, after the points reset for the final 10 races, I think, like we've seen in the previous chases prior to 2014, the first 2 races really set the tone of, okay, if you screw up, you could be out of it. You could have dominated the first 26 races, but you flub up the first 2, you're gone. You're done.
They may not tell you who the champion is, but they'll definitely tell you who isn't winning it.
Yes. It's going to weed out the pretenders. There's 16 that get into the show, but by week 3 or 4, it's going to get narrowed down easily, 10, maybe less.
And I think to add on to that, probably the craziest stat of all time, Jimmy Johnson was never the points leader going into the chase when he won 7 titles. So
even all the different variations of the chase just to Jimmy proof it. Didn't work. 7 times later. Yeah. He's one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT.
It's fair. I mean, we have 16 drivers this time too. And you never know, but I don't think that's a far off prediction, Adam. I would have to actually agree with you. One of my predictions, I'm not going to make this one of my 5, but this is one that has been on the internet, as I do think this is Ryan Blaney's year to win the 500. This was a very bold claim of mine on NASCAR.shop's live stream, which by the way, okay, do you see this? Well, you can't see this, Stan. Hold on. I'm going to move you all off screen because this is very important.
No, is this an ad read?
No. Nope. We're getting there. Hold on. No. You know what? New stream setup. I promise you all, I'm gonna get it figured out by like week 5 of this. It's fine. But I
You
have right
can
here,
do it.
right here, a stand from NASCAR.shop. We've custom made these myself. Matt Benzik from Benzik Designs, and Dan from NASCAR.shop. We put our heads together and we said, you know what? We need a better way to display our cards and our cars. So we came up with this, and it's incredible. And it coming to you soon. See the nameplate right here that has NASCAR.shop on it? We're going to have them with drivers' names on it. So be on the lookout for that too. Setting that down here. But it's a great way to display all things in your collection. So definitely make sure to check that out. Of course, again, that is at NASCAR.shop, the card and diecast stands, but also too, get your cards from there as well. We were talking about cards with Parker Retzlaff. His grandma loves buying cards from NASCAR.shop. That should tell you how good NASCAR.shop is. So definitely, again, make sure to go to NASCAR.shop to get your cards, get your diecast stands, plus card stands, because it's really cool. The best way to display your cards and cars. Cool, folks. All right. But my actual prediction, sorry, I got sidetracked there. I think you guys can call me out on this because I think I went too wide on this prediction just to safeguard myself. But I don't think a driver besides SVG, Zilich, Larson, and Byron and Bell will win on a road course this season.
So there's only 5 possible road course winners this year.
Yes.
I mean, that's not out of the ordinary. That's a good one. That's solid.
I'll
give you that. I mean, because
okay.
there was a time where you could just chalk off the road courses to Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon.
Right.
There was an era where they were the only 2 winning road courses. So
and if
I can absolutely see that.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about that stat too is if you look at the rest of the top 5, they were not regular drivers. They were all the road course ringers who were right behind Gordon and Stewart.
Yeah.
Which just adds to just how good Jeff and Tony were. Because, those guys were coming, like Ron Fellows, Marcos Ambrose were coming in just with incredible expertise of this. And Gordon would still kick their butt. That probably made, I can't even imagine how angry those guys were. To add to that, Taylor, if I may.
Yes.
I fear we could see, and this isn't on my prediction list, I'm just adding on to what you have. What if Zilich just dominates a road course and SVG is second, but realizes, holy crap, I can't catch him. And the next road course, SVG has the lead and Zilich wants it, and it gets argy-bargy. Could we see the start of a little Red Bull feud?
Well,
can Vettel and Weber compete on the same team, Adam?
It's multi-2-1. Oh, that goes along with my prediction. My prediction is I'll go at number 2. Connor Zilich outshines SVG in top 5s, top 10s, and wins.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure on the rookie of Connor Zilich.
Now, do you remember, though, why I make these outlandish predictions? Remember the ones about Blaney, the year he won the championship? I said he was going to be absolute dog crap, and he won it all. I said something, I believe, last year that, it's not going to happen, and it ended up happening. Reverse psychology.
Okay.
Trust me, folks.
So these are Adam's predictions.
My bold.
There's a difference between a prediction and a theory.
Yes.
These are his theories.
Wait, where's my tin hat? Dang it.
A game theory.
You beat me to it.
Sorry, I had to.
No,
I guess, Dom, back to you then for predictions.
I really hate to do this. It breaks my heart to do this, but it's like I can just see it because of everything, the way last year ended, because of how last year ended. The juice is out of the orange. Denny goes winless. And I fear he may not win again. That's my prediction.
We needed a moment there to just pause and think about that. Dude, here's my thought process here. Yes, yes, I cover the sport. Yes, I root for all storylines. But I think last year there were more Denny fans than there had ever been in the history of his career. The story last season, I feel, revolved around him, not only from him making his voice heard on his own podcast and us tuning in weekly. I think for a lot of people, they felt that Denny kind of spoke for them in a sense where they didn't feel maybe NASCAR was speaking, like whether for the fans, they felt maybe Denny was. I think Denny as well, very charismatic, very kind of an in-your-face driver, very talented, huge milestone wins, his 60th win. Like, he was the guy last year. And just after everything that's happened, not only how the championship was lost, but just the tragedy that he's faced during the offseason as well. You think about the stress of the lawsuit, like, you just got to think, how is he going to come into 2026? What's that going to look like for him? And I think we can all say we don't blame him for whatever happens. Like, just he's going through it, and obviously continuing to keep his family in our thoughts as well, as his mother continues to recover. But I don't know. It's hard to kind of think about what Denny's season's going to look like. I would hate for him to go winless, but you never know.
And again, I'm not rooting against him. I want
100%.
him to win the title. I want him to win the 500. I want him to really put on a show this year. I fear it's not even like oh, he's just suddenly not a good driver. I think he put everything into that Phoenix race.
Yep.
That was a win. That was literally a win or go home race for him. And he was what, 3 laps from the title.
Mm-hmm.
Just, God, unbelievable.
If he would have won that race, do we think he might have walked off into the sunset a la Nico Rosberg style?
Well, I mean, the fact that he's racing this year tells me no.
Mm-hmm.
I could have told you then and there, oh, absolutely, yeah, it's the walk-off Grand Slam.
Yes.
Like, well, he won't race again because he's going out on top. But if he's racing this year after everything, yeah, he definitely would have came back just to finish out the contract.
And I will say as well, I mean, we see how Denny is when he puts on the helmet. I mean, it's go time. And this is with really any race car driver, but Denny's approach to how he turns like adversity into diamonds is what I'm just going to say. It's nothing short of impressive. We know this about Denny. NASCAR, or I should just say Dan, said this is the 2026 Denny FU Tour. This is, you know what? I'm coming back stronger. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get that championship. Because here's my thing. Like, we sure hope so. I mean, Denny's done almost everything you can accomplish in this sport. He's done so much for the sport outside of the race car as well. Obviously, that championship eludes him, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how this season goes for him. I'm genuinely curious. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing some good predictions from you all in here. I'm gonna read some of them right now.
You could read Thorin's.
I was gonna say I'll read Thorin's.
Thorin's. I had to comment.
Logano starts a trend of bald drivers. Blaney shocks the world and shaves his head. Hey, we've seen this trend. Chase Briscoe seemed like he joined the trend, and then we learned it wasn't so.
Psych.
For
now.
This is true.
He did clarify for now.
Yes, this is true.
So maybe something happens between now and Daytona. Who knows?
This is true. I have a prediction for the O'Reilly series. And I'm scared to share it because I feel like this is way off base. But it's
do it.
You have to recognize how much progress Alpha Prime Racing has made over the past few seasons. I mean, they've gone from trying to fight to be in the top 20 to now it's like, oh, they're close to winning races. And it's not even just at super speedway tracks. I think we could see 1, if not 2 of their cars in the chase. I think so. There's been a lot of shuffling in the O'Reilly series. A lot of people at new places, manufacturer changes, and I think it could throw a lot of people off guard. I know there's some newness with Alpha Prime this year, but I have a good feeling about them, so I'm going to throw that out there. 1 or 2, I have in my predictions list 2. of their drivers make the chase. I think that's bold, but at least one.
I like that.
Thank you.
I agree with you. They have, I mean, they've turned it around in terms of consistency and bringing the cars home clean. So
Yes.
That's step one. Now step two is to turn it into results. So I like that.
I will say as well, before we get into, I think then Adam, your next prediction, really cool to see, what was it, the Grand National Awards banquet that Tommy Joe put on over the offseason to highlight the then Xfinity and Truck Series teams. Like, I thought that was really cool seeing, I think Ryan Williams won a design award, which dude crushes it.
Yeah.
Yes. I put my pre-order in last night.
Yes. Insane work. I would show you all the design. I will retweet it again on Twitter so you guys can see it in case you're curious about it. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Craziness aside for that, let's look at more crazy predictions. Adam, next one.
Well, I'm going to move on with the same trend of going to a different series. I'm going to take a look at the Craftsman Truck Series. Okay. I'm going to be very bold because this team likes to be very bold in itself. I'm going to say Ram goes winless in their first season back in NASCAR.
Dom, thoughts?
I'm just thinking about what our NASCAR posted this morning about the Ram Doggy series.
God, yeah. Okay, in the chat, have you watched it? What are your thoughts?
In the office this morning. Oh my God.
Something.
Now look, I like Colleague. It's a great team. I've been an Allmendinger fan, Haley fan. SVG had his little tenure there for a season. I'm all on board. I hope they have great success, especially bringing back Ram. But like I said, reverse psychology, or is it really reverse psychology? Ram goes winless 2026.
Goodness. I will say, obviously I'm not naming names, I'm not diving into it, but I'm curious to see how their mystery driver does. Curious. So.
If anyone's interested, what our NASCAR posted this morning, this was the top, this was the headline of the post. Pardon my language. Ram, race for the seat might just be the dumbest shit I've ever watched.
In theory, cool concept. Cool concept.
100%.
Oh yeah.
I will be honest. I'm not one to judge. I have not watched it yet. I've seen clips, but I haven't watched it. So I'm gonna reserve thoughts. I've seen clips though.
Shall we get back on the rails here?
Yes, I will say though, before we get back into predictions, watch it to support the drivers who took this journey. Learn about some short track aces. Learn about some guys and doing modified stuff as well. Like, support them. With that said, Dom, is it your turn?
Yeah. It's Dom.
We're going right back off the rails. Bowman and Gibbs aren't winning this year. You can go to the next one.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I will concur.
Still owes 9,000. So, till that debt gets paid, then hey, we're good.
This is fair.
Very fair.
Now, I will actually pose this question. Speaking of Alex Bowman, and like I said, we're going to talk about some drivers. Chris Golan, who he joined our team, by the way, as a writer, has been doing incredible work so far. He had such a busy week last week, and we thank him for everything that he did covering the plethora of news last week. But he has a preview article we're going to put out, I think, tomorrow, going through every single Cup Series full-time driver, their season changes. So if you want a comprehensive overview on things, check out his article. I'm going to turn it into a video as well, I think, for Friday, I think is what I'm going to do. Stay tuned on that. But we will have an in-depth preview there as well as on our live stream ahead of the Daytona 500. We'll keep you all up to date on that. But I guess my prediction, is this where I'm at? I'm sorry, shameless plug with our content, you guys. Which one do I want to go with? Because I do agree with you. I think Bowman and Gibbs go winless. Oh, this is what I was going to mention about Bowman. Changes on the team. I wanted to talk about this real quickly. practically everyone that's part of Alex Bowman's team is new besides, I believe it's crew chief and spotter. Maybe there's some that say the same, but like the road crew is totally different. I'm curious for you all. We're kind of put our tinfoil hats on here. Is this a push to hopefully see if Bowman can get better results if we just scrape the team and put people new on it? Or is this gearing up for perhaps a future where Bowman's not in the seat?
Go ahead, Dom.
I mean, I'd stick to the cat in the hat quote. You can hit it with a hammer, it ain't going to change. But
what a quote. My God, what a quote.
Doctor.
I don't know. I mean, Hendrick Motorsports is smart enough to know what they're doing, and I think it's not about that. It's just about what's going to make all 4 cars as competitive as humanly possible. So I think it's more so about winning now rather than it is getting ready for the future.
It always seems that there's always the 4th car. Some seasons it's the 48. Some seasons in the past it used to be the 5. It never was the 24, the 48 in its heyday, but there always seems to be a 4th Hendrick car that always just struggles. Lately it feels like it's been the 48 car. You could say, yeah, there's definitely pressure to perform with such a basically an all-star cast of other drivers on your team, and you're the weakest link out of them all. You always want to strive to be either as good as them or better than them. So kudos to them for making the changes. Maybe we'll see some results from it. I don't think they're preparing for the future long term without him, but this also could just be, all right, stuff hasn't been working. We've been hitting this thing with a hammer. Nothing's been changing. Let's change out what we're hitting the hammer with, and maybe this time it'll crack the hammer. That's my logic behind this. But I think just if you're a Hendrick driver, period, you're always going to have that pressure of, okay, I am part of the premier team in NASCAR. Without this team, NASCAR wouldn't be where it is today. So even just if I'm the weakest link on that chain, yeah, I still got to perform, but I also feel like crap if I'm not winning and being successful. So yeah, I think this year kind of is a make or break year for Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, like I feel bad because it is like an unfair pressure on him. Because while we sit here and we have fun with it, but like, yeah, Bowman's not that good, or like, man, what is Hendrick doing with that 4th car? Both RCR cars would love to have the season Bowman had last year. All the Roush cars would love to have the season Bowman had last year, because he's still in Hendrick equipment and he's still putting in good finishes. He's just missing that one thing, and that's a win. Mm-hmm. And we're now coming out of a format that was all hands on deck. You have to win, Now where it's, hey, we need good points today. We need good points. Could open the door for him. So we'll just have to wait and see. But it's unfortunate. It's the double-edged sword. It's like you have the pressure of being a Hendrick Motorsports driver, but also you're doing way better than everybody else.
Right. And the other thing too to add on to this, and I think in the comment section some of y'all are saying it, is of course, when Bowman had great cars last year, Larson had better cars. Bowman in the 48 is quote unquote the best 4th place Hendrick Motorsports driver I think we've seen in a bit. So it's just when you compare him to his teammates, not awesome. But again, they're working hard to hopefully make sure his 2026 is good. But speaking of 2026, back on track. Sorry, guys. Side note there. Somebody did mention this. Jenson Button makes a start with Ram at San Diego. This was one of my predictions during the Rolex 24 broadcast. Jenson Button was like, I'm retired, but if there's an opportunity at San Diego, would love to. I kind of caught some Truck Series teams like quote tweeting a graphic I made for Motorsport Network, and they were like, hey, Jenson, maybe potentially. So I'm going to say, like, I want to see that happen. I'm going to put good vibes out into the world as opposed to Adam doing reverse psychology. I'm just going to say, you know what? This is going to happen. That's
no. Hey, I'm all for that prediction. It's just the winning component that I don't think is going to be there.
That's fair. Oh yeah, no, he's not going to win.
Like I'll be honest. Here's another prediction. If you're saying Jenson Button's going to make a start for them, I think Matt Hagan's going to make a start in the Ram this year.
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So good.
Matt Hagan in a truck. Oh my gosh, that would feed millions. You know how much American Rebel Light we could just consume for that?
This would be lovely.
It would be insane. I'm all on it.
Listen,
that'd be awesome.
I've never seen a truck with drive-off speed at Martinsville quite like Matt Hagan.
330 into turn 1.
That
would be really cool, actually.
It would be awesome.
That would feed the soul. By the way, the coolest thing I think, well, there was a lot of cool things to come out of 2025, but I think the most surprising thing that I don't think any of us expected is we're all now NHRA fans. Like, what a cool series.
Like, it's so crazy. I can't wait for the Gator National.
I'm so excited.
I have a countdown clock for it. That's how hyped I am.
It's so
Leah Pruitt's back.
good.
Let's go, man.
Alexis DeJours with John Force. I mean, this is going to be crazy this season.
Yes. No, and then,
can the Tascas and Procs coexist?
Yes.
Is Ford going to be relevant again? Probably.
Oh my god.
It's going to be crazy. Again, catch Nitro Nation where Jordan and Big Duke talk about all things NHRA. 100%. Sal went to New York City to cover the Chasing Speed premiere. That was so cool. Again, we appreciate NHRA for that opportunity. But yeah, lots of NHRA coverage this season. We're very excited about it here. It's going to be a good year. But Adam, do you want to count that as one of your predictions, or do you have a different one?
For the Hagan thing?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Add that in there. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm adding it to the list.
We'll put it in the list.
I'm just going to say it. This isn't a prediction. This is a guarantee. There will be a Brittany Force car behind me someday soon. There is going to be a Brittany Force diecast behind me someday soon.
It's funny because when our ventures to booth 34 a few weeks ago, all I bought was NHRA diecasts.
This is true.
You can't say no to the Bud King. It's such a good
it's
so cool. Baby. Hell yeah.
My gosh. You know,
and I may have been a little naughty last night on eBay. I found a Ron Capps diecast, and as I told Taylor, it's not the one she thinks it is.
Oh man.
So when it comes in, I'll have to share it with the group.
I'm looking forward to this.
I think, quite honestly, next week's show, because it's going to be the three of us, and I think maybe Buddy will do that one instead. We'll have to do a show and tell, because I think we all got things from booth 34. Last weekend? Okay.
Yeah.
Marking that down. Dom, I think, was this prediction number 4?
So yeah, and I'm actually going to piggyback off of the Bowman conversation we just had on like expectations and whatnot. If you remember last year, Chase Elliott ended the year with 2 wins. One at Atlanta, one at Echo Park, and then one at Kansas. Crazy finish at Kansas, by the way, but won it nonetheless. But all season long, Chase Elliott fans were calling for Gustafson to go.
Thank you.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. They were points racing so well last year. So my prediction is, at some point this year, Chase Elliott is going to be the points leader. Because because Gustafson is very good at getting you where you need to be in the points. I mean, he was so good with Gordon. Go ahead. He was so
good. I was about to agree with you on that. Look back at 2007.
Yeah, good with Gordon. Mark Martin, bringing in Chase Elliott, winning a championship with Chase Elliott in 2020. Like, but it's just like, it's the expectation of, not only are you driving for Hendrick, you are the most popular driver. You've won a championship. He has to be good every single week. Well, now he's going to get rewarded for what he was doing every single year, but it didn't matter because you had to win. And I get it. That's what the sport is about. You have to win the races. That's what you want. They don't worry about your top 5 and top 10 record. We always talk about the all-time win list. But you know what this consistency is going to get you on? The champions list. So put me down for Chase Elliott will be a points leader at some point this year. And I'm not going to say he's the champion, but he will absolutely be a contender for the NASCAR Cup this year.
I agree 100% on that prediction. That's a solid prediction.
What I do.
I did a live stream on TikTok yesterday, and there was a couple comments asking about like the chase, and then somebody was like Chase Elliott, like, what do you think? And I'm like, he was so consistent last year. He was in the fight for the regular season points win. Like, my God. I mean, I think this is the best thing to happen to Chase Elliott in a bit, quite honestly. I really do. And for everyone saying Alan Gustafson needs to go, like, please look at the numbers besides the win column. That there's more to a driver than just a win column. And I think for Chase Elliott goes to show, right? So fantastic prediction.
If there's anything he learned during the Jimmy Chad dynasty, it's consistency is key.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously 83-time winner, had a lot of wins, but there is a very short video compilation of Jimmy Johnson crashes. It's because they were very consistent. It was an event when that 48 car was rolling out a backup car or going to the garage, just like Gordon in the 90s. When that DuPont car wrecked, it was an anomaly. So, and I mean, I think Chase is in a very good position. It could come down to him and Kyle.
True. I will say, though, I will say this. My next prediction, is this prediction number 4 for me, you guys? I've lost track.
I lost count.
It don't matter.
It's fine. We'll do 2 more each. We might get to 6. It's totally fine. Everyone who listens back to this, especially on podcasting platforms, is going to be like, oh, you guys miscounted. I am so sorry. We're in the thick of the conversation. But to piggyback off of that point, yes, it's realistic that the championship would go down to Hendrick Motorsports with their consistency, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott. Sure. But I also think maybe not. And I just want to throw a curveball in there and say, I think this year's championship is going to go to a driver at Joe Gibbs Racing. The consistency needs to be way better across the board for them. But Chase Briscoe, my God, star. Fantastic in that equipment. I would love to see a Chase Briscoe championship. He has the consistency to do it. I think last year in the playoffs, they just faltered. I think they tried too hard, maybe too much, tried too many things that were different. But part of me is like, maybe this isn't it for Hendrick Motorsports this year, and it goes to Joe Gibbs Racing. I don't know. That's my prediction, but it's really hard to bet against the Hendrick Motorsports consistency. But this is the just in case prediction here. So that's my next one. Adam.
She's back from the dead. Chicagoland puts on a certified summer classic banger for the ages of the 1.5 mile cookie cutter ovals. That's all I got to say.
Hey, I love that. I love that. Mic drop. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry for those listening to on the podcast. That's going to really screw.
That's going to suck.
But yeah, Chicagoland comes back full force with how few events, if any, have actually been on the oval since NASCAR last raced on it. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be high, wide, and handsome. It could literally be a combination of Charlotte, Kansas, Darlington, Auto Club all thrown together into a 1.5 mile oval.
It's going to be good. I hope it's good.
I like that a lot. I'm looking forward to it.
The only bad thing, though, about that prediction is it's going to be very biased for each fan.
Yeah.
What I think might be an absolute classic, someone might think, oh, that was dog shit. That was horrible, terrible. Let's never go back. Let's go back to the street course, which won't ever happen. But it's very subjective. I'll say if we can get above 75% on the Jeff Gluck poll, or just, be above the yellow line, I think it'll be a classic.
We love that. Shameless plug above the yellow line. Catch it after the Cup Series races every single week.
And if it's below the yellow line, you'll be able to call in and call me back on how bad of a prediction I made on January 28th.
That's true.
Another shameless plug.
Yeah, look at us. Wow, we're pros at this. We're pros at that. I think
you know what we're doing.
Watch Nitro Nation.
Yes. Watch every show we have, everybody. If you like NHRA, Nitro Nation, if you like short track racing on tour, if you like Formula One, we got a show for you. Track limits, IndyCar fans. Oh my God, no way. 4 laps. We have it all. We have it all for you guys. I think we're on to one more prediction. I do think I'm now counting right. I have one more to give for myself at least. And which one do I want to share out loud? The pressure,
Make it the most obscure one that won't happen.
Oh, there's so many obscure ones. I mean, I like some of your guys' predictions, and some of them make my heart happy, and I'm going to read them in a second as well. I think this is kind of lame. I'm sorry, but like this one feels right. Actually, yeah, this one feels lame, but I'm going to share it. One driver will win 2 Crown Jewel races in the same season.
Oh, so one gets 2 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That feels plausible. So like.
I mean, is Casey Kane in the house?
Casey Kane races in a truck for Ram this
season.
Like
it's 2010, Jamie McMurray. Let's go.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I like that. No, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. I could see Christopher Bell winning the 600 and the Southern 500.
Oh, for sure. You know
That's
what?
not a prediction,
Chase Briscoe.
But I'm backing you up here.
I think Chase Briscoe, if we're going to name a driver to do it, I think it would be Chase Briscoe. I'm going to say it.
Taylor's predicting Briscoe to go perfect 36 for 36.
Chase Briscoe's going to win every single race we have on the schedule.
He's going to win forever, bro.
You know what? I'm a fan.
Will be retired.
I think Chase Briscoe's very talented. I'm a fan. I saw what he did last season. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's it. He's gonna win a championship soon. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Fantastic first season with a new team. Love it.
Put him in good equipment, consistent equipment, and look at him go.
Yeah.
I have this as a prediction, but it's not the prediction I want to talk about. I did say that Chase Briscoe will solidify himself as the leader at Joe Gibbs Racing this season.
Yeah.
Facts. Love that.
Especially, I mean, from everything that has happened with Hamlin in the past year and a half, and from what he's done at Media Day.
Yeah.
When you see a soul leave a body, it looks like the soul is knocking on the exit hatch, getting ready to just leave. Not to be morbid or anything, but like the man did not. I mean, I wouldn't be in the right frame of mind either if I had all that happen to me. But, more power to him if he can overcome this and just come out swinging.
Sometimes but I do still is to get back in the race car.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do think Briscoe will solidify himself as either the leader by the end of the season or definitely the future leader going into 2027.
Facts.
Now on to my actual prediction. Let's see. What's the good one?
I'll get mine out of the way really quick. It's very simple. Keselowski makes the chase. Suarez does not make the chase.
Fair. We're seeing
one that's out. Keselowski's in. Suarez is out.
We're seeing a lot of love for Brad Keselowski in the comments too. Ravaging Wolverine thinks Brad is back in victory lane at least twice, and I hope to God that happens. That would feed families. RFK wins across the board would feed families. Sorry, Adams. Don't mean to steal your thunder. Continue.
You're good. Not to mention you're good. That was one of my predictions too for the season. Was that RFK gets their stuff together and all 3 cars win. But the deep dive, throw a dart to the back of the field. Not even the back half, the bottom fourth. I believe Haas factory team scores more points than Riley Herbst this season.
Oof.
This will be a very fun thing to watch for the next 36 races, 36 weeks.
So it's Cole Custer versus Riley Herbst.
Game on. Let's go.
Hey, You know what? Bold predictions. Let's go ahead and mark it.
All right. Bring it on.
I like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what's so fun about predictions though is like, you try to find unique ways to make predictions so it's different than everyone else's, right? And what's fun about it is you start making predictions about maybe the guys that people don't talk about all the time. And some stories from last year is, I mean, Riley Herbst did not live up to really the standard of 2311 racing. Found some consistency, but it's like, man, like, let's do a little better. So again, another building year. Hopefully he does a little better. But even Cole Custer, I think about how he qualified. Some of his qualifying efforts towards the end of the season were kind of surprising in a good way. So I don't know. Maybe it's a good year for him.
Like my favorite memory from last season of Custer was Daytona. I picked him in our fantasy pool Monday, and the race was still almost a week out. I was like, watch Cole Custer. He's going to come out of nowhere, and he's going to win. He almost did. So close.
Crazy. Well, and keep in mind, this year, Haas Factory team is moving to Chevy.
They are a Chevy team now. Chevy kind of reloaded. They took all the scraps from Ford.
Yeah. For real.
Rick Ware is also Chevy. I totally forgot about that as well. But yeah, they're a Chevy team too.
There is so much to preview with the 2026 season, with the teams, the drivers, the changes. Trust me, there will be a video on it. I guarantee it. An episode of Above the Yellow Line. So make sure to check out for that. Check out on our social media pages.
There might be some articles about that too.
There will be some articles about that as well, not just for Cup, but across the board for O'Reilly and Truck. We have you covered for everything you need to know for 2026. So again, make sure to go to AboveTheYellowLine.com to check all that out. Some great predictions in the comment section about Legacy stepping it up, Spire slipping potentially. Lots of great predictions. Keep sharing those with us on social media. But we're going to wrap it up for this show of ATYL Live on a Wednesday night. It was so lovely seeing you all in the chat again and talking to the boys, Adam, Lucas, and Dom Joseph, for the first time in 2026 on the live stream. It's been so fun. We're going to have a great year. And of course, we have the Clash, fingers crossed, coming up this weekend. A special thank you to our incredible partners here at ATYL Media, NASCAR.shop, Benzik Designs, On Brand, who had a really sick rebrand, by the way. So make sure to check that out. But we love you all. We appreciate you for sticking around for our very first episode of ATYL Live. Spiders are our friends. Hold up a die cast. Have fun with the race this weekend, but we will chat with you all later.